I'm good. Thank you so much for being here. What have been your first impressions of Bozeman, Montana so far?
Really cool. Somebody who doesn't see snow in their life, it's really fun. I know y'all probably get sick of it really quickly, but very, very pretty. Landed last night. I had a little problem with my flight coming out. I want to know if anybody's ever been told this before. The pilot literally stands up and he gets the phone and he comes out and he goes, okay, so the guy filling up the gas fell asleep and put in 16,000 gallons too much fuel.
Haven't got that one.
I have not got that.
Swear to goodness, I'm literally listening. I'm like, what in the heck is going on? I was like, what kind of, anyways, he must have needed a nap bad. But so we were late getting in, and then I had to sprint to my connection gate. Lindsay Lloyd saved the day and held the flight. So it was interesting, eventful getting in late last night. Didn't get to take in the sights as much, but today's been beautiful. I mean, first thing I do as a Georgia guy is send like pictures to my son, my daughter, and my wife, and be like, look at the snow. This is flipping fantastic.
What did you think of the social media reaction when it was announced that you guys were coming to Montana for the first time ever?
See, I think about the social media reaction the last like 2 years because it's been crazy. Like, you know, how much we get hit up with it, and that's honest to God, I think that's a big reason why we're here. Like, you can feel when you know there's somebody's that passionate, you know they're going to show out. Because listen, we go all over the country and we look for scenes. I mean, we want good games, sure, yes, but we're also looking for scenes that are different, unique. And I think some of my favorite shows that I've done over the years are not the ones that people would think. You know, they would probably think of the big schools, and you think of more like James Madison and North Dakota State and those that, you know, they stand out a lot more because, and the people are different, just like here. You know, like I saw the marquee driving to the hotel with our names on it, you know, and people thanking you for being here and stuff like that. That doesn't happen everywhere. That's not normal. Usually it's like, hey, you're supposed to be here. We're kind of good. So it's been awesome.
Did you think? Go ahead, Victor.
Oh, did you think you were going to come here last year, or was that kind of behind the scenes?
We had talked about it. I know we had talked about it, but let me be clear. Like, when it comes to people that make decisions on the show, there's, you know, Fitting and all those guys, and then there's me down here that doesn't have anything to do with anything. So I don't really care. I usually find out Sunday via social media, like where we're going. And so I was excited because I knew last week, we were talking about it last week at the games, and we were talking about, they were like, Montana's on the board for real. And I was like, heck yeah. So, you know, just for someone like me, I think it's, you know, you think that's pretty cool to go. I like different. Again, those are my favorite shows.
Kirk gave it away on air, it seemed like.
He said something about it. Yeah. He mentioned it.
Well, you said
Again, Kirk has more say than me, that's for sure. So.
You said you guys have been, you know, hearing the hype about maybe this matchup the last 2 years, but now that you've really heard about what the Brawl of the Wild really is, you guys have been a part of a lot of college football rivalries. What have you seen so far about this? Well,
I'm not going to insult y'all and act like I know everything about Montana and Montana State. But it's just kind of cool to research a little bit and know that, like, this is the 121st meeting. And, you know, we do, like, next week, there's a good chance, not to let the cat out of the bag, but there's a good chance we'll be at Ohio State, Michigan, which is the game. And they haven't played as many times as Montana State. Well, that's pretty dang cool. Bedlam's this week with Oklahoma State. Haven't played as many times. The Red River rivalry with Texas and OU. So I think it's just fun to put, you know, spotlights on different rivalries that have existed for a long time. And again, you want to show a different part of the country with passion, and I think the weather is going to be a cool element to this. I hope there's like a big bonfire or something for us to stay warm, but I think it'll be a fun part of it too, seeing that. And the mountains behind for our sports center hits today is just like, that's stupid. So definitely beautiful.
Yeah, we live here, and we're a little nervous about working tomorrow in the cold. Honestly, how is that a little bit nerve-wracking with how cold it might be?
Oh, dude, I'm ready. Yo, trust me. I mean, I literally was like, all right, I need one of my fat kid suits because I used to be a fat kid. Well, I mean, I used to be a fatter kid. I was like 290 pounds. I'm like, I'm getting a bigger suit, and I'm wearing everything I own underneath my suit. So we did some hits today, and it was a little chilly. But don't get it twisted. We are also very spoiled. Like, we have heated blankets. We have heaters above us. Like, we're not tough. Don't get it. And some of us less tough than others too. But Kirk, I can promise you, Kirk might. There's a good chance Kirk will have the air conditioner on. Like, that dude's just built with leather skin. Everywhere we go, he's dripping sweat, and you know, it's crazy. It's crazy how different. And then Dez, you would think played in Green Bay, you know, obviously, you know, living in the cold in Michigan, going to Michigan, you'd think he'd be the toughest, but dude, he lives in Miami now.
He didn't sound excited.
Oh, man. I thought for sure Dez was going to come up with COVID this week. Like, I thought Dez would have COVID, some form of a sickness, something, because I did not think he would want to show up, because I guarantee you he'll be the most bundled up.
Well, you said you're not the toughest, so this might be a hint to this question. You're out kind of wilderness area. If you were out and about and you ran into a Grizz or a Bobcat, what would you do?
Do I have somebody else with me?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll outrun the other person.
There you go.
I mean, that's pretty simple to me. Don't be the slowest, right? Like, I would have no clue. What's the answer supposed to be? Am I supposed to stand still?
Yeah, I think for a bear, you're supposed to like get down and just kind of curl the ball.
Okay. Just let them show dominance over me and not get my butt kicked?
Yeah,
Count your
I guess.
blessings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where else would you want to go that you guys haven't been yet? Now that you've checked a couple of places off the list this season.
I have no clue. It's late in the year, a lot of flights. Brain doesn't work real well this late in the season. But these are the type to me that are always, I told you, these are the type that are the most fun. So the rivalries that we can spotlight and put that are different, that are unique, that are not on television every 10 seconds and, you know, looked at every year. But I bet you we could go across the country and find a lot of those. I mean, there's rivalries that have been played longer than this one that people don't talk about as well. So
What do you think of the name Brawl of the Wild?
yeah.
What do you think about that as
That's
the
pretty
name
sick.
of a rivalry?
Well, everybody has, like, you know, they have
Yeah.
the trophy games and the game and Bedlam, and I mean, it just seems fitting. I mean, it's pretty sweet, dude. Like, again, the Brawl is even better than I don't know, like, you know, we have to be whatever sensitive to everybody's, and we can't say certain things and crap like that. But I like Brawl because that's what it should be. It should be a brawl.
You said it best about there's just so much tradition and history with this rivalry. And one of the greatest traditions about Montana State is the rodeo team running out that football team. Obviously, you got the
By the
news.
way, just real quick before you keep going, you know how funny it was when I heard today? I was like, yeah, and they're going to have the varsity rodeo team. Do y'all understand how foreign that is? Like, do y'all get that that's very, like, strange? Like, we don't have rodeos, more or less, teams. Like, it was hilarious. I just started laughing. So I didn't know that was real. Like, I didn't know that was just hilarious when I heard it. That was awesome.
Well, and they're decorated. They won quite a few national
Yeah.
championships. But you guys also got the rodeo run out, or at least welcome, going down Main Street into Montana State. Have you ever had something like that for College GameDay, or what were your thoughts when you heard about that?
Well, I mean, it's cool, but again, it's not like that everywhere. You know, we don't show videos of the bus of when they show up everywhere, but we do for, like, North Dakota State. I'll never forget. Was stupid. It was crazy. Like, we set our stage up right in the middle of downtown. It was nuts. It was bananas, and it was one of the coolest scenes ever. Like, they named a bison after Corso. I mean, it was like, again, don't that's pets. I guess that's normal with bison, but I mean, bison, you know, with them. But so no, it's crazy. It's unique. It's different. You know, it's experiencing a part of the world that, you know, I'm from the South. Like, you go up north, that's what's the coolest thing about my job. You learn all these traditions about all these schools and all these places that you otherwise have no clue about. And so we get to see so much of fan bases and passion and, you know, backdrops and all that stuff that makes it really unique and really cool.
Well, and speaking of that College GameDay, obviously Brent Vegan was, you know, part of that football staff, and now
Yep.
he's here at Montana State. Have you guys been able to talk at all? I'm sure you guys kind of remembered meeting back then. But.
No, we have not been able to talk. He's got more important things probably he's thinking about than talking to us. So, but I know he's obviously done a good job, and I heard his name for other coaching opportunities as well too. So he's doing something
Are
there.
you gonna try and dare McAfee to get on a horse or something?
No, I'm not. I heard about the underwear run. I heard about that. I didn't know what that was. Y'all all know what that? Were y'all familiar with that?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe it's something that somebody lied to me and sent to me, but. Running a mile in your underwear. I heard about that. I was like, that sounds pretty cool. Texted my wife about doing it. She said no. So that was pretty easy. That was it. That was off the table.
What was just your initial reaction when you found out Game Day was coming to Bozeman last week?
Oh, I was excited. I was definitely excited. Now listen, it's never fun to get in a plane and go across the world. Like, it's always harder on your body, your schedule, and all that stuff. But it's worth it. Like, it's worth it because you know it's going to be so different, so unique, so fun, something you've never seen. So I think it's always exciting.
This game has some pretty major playoff and seeding implications for both teams. You've compared it a lot to some of the bigger FBS rivalries. Like, How does that compare in terms of like postseason implications between an FCS and FBS game?
Well, I mean, Montana State's pretty much good, right? Like they're in regardless, right? So, but Montana's 13, so I think they may be, but they're going to be probably in as well. It seems like for the playoffs, but that's what we do, right? We go across the country, and you're seeing like USC and UCLA this week. I mean, USC's are at 7. Like they're very much in the playoff discussion, playoff picture. They need to win to get to the final. They only have 4, remember? So it's going to be very different. But no, that's what it's about, playing for the postseason, playing for a championship. I promise you, these kids, like, they love doing this and they love football, but they are not doing it just to play and then not have a chance. They want to win a championship. Like, they want to do something special. So they're not just, this is a rivalry game that means a lot, but it's obviously a lot bigger things down the road they want to accomplish.